specific about timing. And this is why I wish I had my stuff. My computer ate it, because I really wanted to show you guys this, because it's so hard to describe without actually seeing it happen. So maybe if I just think to myself, it'll just magically show up on the screen, and that'll be amazing. But yeah, it's mostly, I think it's like the timing thing, really. It's like you have to really focus on getting an idea out in a matter of time, and rather than just composing and, hoping that and letting your character just have its own voice. Do you know what I mean?
Is there a particular thing that you've translated that you're particularly proud of, like a certain line or joke or reference that you put in that you feel particularly proud of?
Is there a specific line that I put in that I'm particularly proud of? I pretty much am a fan of everything Yamada's first time did, because it was just, I don't know, it was, everything was very creative and it just kind of flowed between me and Jamie. One of the lines specifically I had written and she wrote me a note that was like, I think this might be a little much. I don't think we can use it, but go ahead and write an alternative just in case. And they totally let me use the line. And that line was, what was it? It was open wide and make a love slide. She was yeah, and it's like one of those lines that just kind of flew out, and it was like, the translation was just like, I don't know, go have sex, or something like that. But it was like a quirky little character, and it was the deity, who's like kind of the Eros deity, yeah. So she's real sassy, and that's what flew out of my fingers when I was reading it. And so I sent it to Jamie, and I thought it was hilarious, and she was like, I don't think that, yeah. But it's totally in there. So I'm really proud of that, because that was an instant, and I don't know why. Like, I didn't really have to think about it. It was just like, I don't know what that says, but thanks. And that's how I saved Christmas. Is there anyone else who has questions, comments, concerns about the anime? Yes. No, you're good. You're good.
When it comes to, I notice a lot of writers or actors who have a different feeling when they get into it. But for people who are kind of new writers, I recommend taking acting classes and be better at expressing their characters.
I recommend taking acting classes to be better at writing characters. Yeah, because I think it kind of, the base of it is, understanding human psychology and like getting in touch with the subtext of what you're, trying to communicate. So for that reason, I would say yes. But a lot of times, people that want to write have absolutely no desire to be on stage or act or any of that kind of thing. So, because we're just like, we just want to be in the hole and create, and you guys go say everything. Is that cool? But yeah, I think acting would be a really strong way to get in touch with that and not be, I guess my advice would be to do it for that purpose, and don't be afraid to, that they're going to make you like get on stage and recite a monologue or something. Maybe take private acting lessons if that's the case. But yeah. Get in touch with yourself. That's what I'm here to teach you today. You can take psychology classes too, that'll probably work. I don't know. Yes?
How much do the writers interact with the actors, and if fair enough, you have the actors really
How many do we interact with the actors?
Yeah.
As writers? No. If I wasn't already an actor, I probably would never see who the actors are. But because I've been around for a while, and I directed and knew who I was writing for, that does have an influence on it. So like when something isn't cast yet, it's a lot easier for Jamie and I to cast the show as we see it that way we just have a voice in our head, like the same voice going when we're writing the same character. So, like for instance, Baka and Tess, we cast everybody, and I think we were wrong, but at least I know, like when I said, okay, this person is Jeremy, and this person is Michael Tatum, and this person is Todd. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that's them, but that's the voice that we're hearing. So that's the pace that we're listening to. That's the, Jeremy. Like, if we write something for Jeremy, it's going to be fast. That girl is a fast talker. And so am I. It's like, when we get into the booths, like, the line will be this long, and I'll say it in this amount of time, and they're just like, hey, slow down. Just slow down, or just add more words. So if we're writing for Jeremy or writing for me, like we write more words than necessary. If it's someone like Stephanie Young, we write less words than necessary. If it's someone like Todd, you do write more words than necessary because he has a way of, I don't know, the way the dude speaks is very fluent. So you can pretty much write anything in there and he'll find some way to make it fit. It's pretty magical. And so will Lucy Christian. It's weird. So they're the ones you don't have anything to worry about. The newbies, those ones, yeah. Well, yeah, if there's we kind of know, like for a show, because Funimation is doing this thing now, this big push of they're trying to get away from using staple actors, so unless it's absolutely necessary. So we kind of know if it's a big role, it's probably going to go to somebody who knows how to do it, because they've been doing it a long time, they can get it done fast. But if it's like a supporting role or something that's like a one-off, we're pretty certain it's going to go to someone who's new. So we'll write like maybe two options. We'll write how it should be said, we'll write an option that's slower and an option that's faster. So yeah, like knowing who the actor is helps us a lot. Now, I don't know about the other writers who don't know who the actors are. I think they have a lot of trouble. And they're the ones that kind of have their scripts marked up in the booths a lot. Because it's hard to know like how someone's going to speak. It's completely different. The way I would say a line is not the way, I don't know, like Colleen Kingeberg would say a line, So, that's a good question.
Is there any piece of useful information or hint you give to a new writer launching into this, or yourself at a younger age, something that you feel you need to know if you want to be in this industry?
Something you need to know if you want to get into this industry. Yeah, it's it's not as easy as you might think. As far as this specifically, I mean, I would say be a voice actor first, because you're gonna know what you need as an actor on that script. So you're gonna know how to provide that for an actor. So for instance, if I see a huge fighting scene, I will know what I would need to make that happen for myself. Whereas there are a lot of writers who aren't actors who will just put in fight scene from this time to this time. Like, really?
And he punched him, and it was so awesome.
Yeah, or just like they won't break it down enough, so it's hard to follow. We'll write notes off to the side for the actors if we need to. If there's a huge monologue, like sometimes these characters just talk for days and days and days, I'll know where to break it up so that you have a break, because we record line by line. So even though there's like this monologue happening and technically it's a line, I'll make it like 3 lines so that actor has a chance to stop and go back and record the rest of it and stop and record that. Whereas there are writers that aren't like that who will just turn in a script with, here, say this. Like, really? Because I need to breathe at some point. So that's what's so great about engineers. They can just, the sound engineers just take what you say and manipulate it to make it, the right pace sometimes. So, yeah, but be actor first. I think that would be good, if possible. Or watch it. I mean, watch somebody record. That would help a lot. I know if there's ever a problem with certain writers, because their scripts are consistently short or consistently long or just not working out, sometimes the director will have them come sit in on the session, and so they can observe how the actors are doing their work. But yeah, I think having a good, strong, I think that's one of the requirements now. It didn't used to be, so that's why we have a few left over that aren't actors. But one of the requirements for new actors for new writers for Funimation are that you've been in the booth or you've you know enough about it. Because, yeah, it's such a weird way. It's totally different from just creating and going. You're definitely writing for somebody. Yes.
Do you feel like people in your line of work have tend to get typecast or pigeonholed into writing certain types or genres of anime?
Do we get typecast or pigeonholed? Yeah, but it's a little bit more positive than that. It's like, it's just what's your strength, you know? Like I was saying, like ours, me and Jamie, our strength is humor and comedy and being creative, so we get a lot of those. And there's a team that's really good at, you know, adventure. There's a team that's really good about dark series. So it plays to your strengths. Yes.
Do you ever usually have time to write do you still ever write anything outside of work life? Do you privacy or do you not really have time?
Do I write in my work life? I don't really write for just to write, you know, anymore. I do write scripts and stories with the expectation that it's going to be produced into something. So I have a friend that is an actor, and she's allowed to use scenes in her class that are original. So, you know, I'll write stuff if I have time for that, or you know, I'm writing a musical right now with some friends that we're gonna, because we just opened, well, we're putting together a theater company in Dallas. It's very specific to a certain type of actor, and our first project is gonna be a musical, and it's based off of the love story of my grandparents. So it's gonna be really cute. Because I'm a quarter Asian and quarter French, and so it was a big deal back in the day that my grandmother married this American soldier, and she was disowned from her family, and the kids were, you know, left out of the picture, and I remember she got left in Korea by accident. It was like all Miss Saigon style. Like my grandfather, you know, had to go back to America for, you know, a couple of years, and they didn't have cell phones or anything, so he just had this burning love for this little Korean girl, and he was getting out of the army, but he re-enlisted into the army so he could hopefully find her again and go back to Korea. So cute. I know. And they had like a baby while he was gone, and it was my uncle's, you know, it's whatever. But it's gonna be really cute. It is precious, and then, because, you know, and I'm a music theater actress, so it's really hard for me to get roles because of how I look. So we wanted to write something, like another strong Asian story. Because, like, what do we have? We have King and I, we have Miss Saigon, and we have Flower Drum Song. The end. You know? So I wanted to put something else out there, but we have, like, this really awesome composer and this music theater actress in the Dallas area who I'm hoping is going to play my granny. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the answer to that. And I write stuff too, so hopefully we'll see something about that. Yay. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
Do you see any independent writers joining your program and joining your team and how they?
Independent writers? Yeah, we actually do have a really strong writer. He uses a different name when he writes for anime, but he's written a movie that I think it just got produced. Went to a film festival in Dallas, and he's done a lot actually. But I would love to say his name and give him credit for the things that he writes, but he kind of does Funimation as a side job and changes his name, so he uses a pseudonym. But he's a pretty big deal outside of that. But the Funimation scripts, I mean, it's a nice little chunk of change. So if you're an actual, like, if that's all your life is writing, sometimes, like, somebody who's got a film script, they kind of got to wait for it to get purchased before they get paid for it, whereas Funimation, it's like, you know, you're going to write a script and you're going to get paid at the end of the week, and it's kind of his day job, but a lot of his scripts have been very successful. think he might be the only one actually that I can think of. Actually, no, Jared Hedges writes stuff too. I think he wrote like a web series and things. But most people, yeah, are writers, and Funimation is just an extension of what they already do. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns? We'll take our time. I think we're good, right? We have one more question. I will answer that for you. Other than that, class dismissed. Yes.
With technology increasing, do you guys also keep up like paper writing, let's say tablet writing?
Oh, wait. So, do you think we're going to go from paper writing to tablet writing?
Well, if there's a possibility
With like laptops and stuff? I mean, well, yeah, I definitely write everything on a laptop. I don't script this at all. That would take forever. No, it's all on a computer. There's no, oh my gosh, that would kill me if I had to like shorthand that. Really? No, it wouldn't be worth it. Nothing would be worth that. It would be torturous. Yes, it's all digitalized. Yes.
What program do you guys use for writing? Do you just use Microsoft Word?
We use Microsoft Word and QuickTime.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how easy it is. And I can do all of it on my laptop, which is amazing. So everywhere I go is my office. It's awesome. It'd be great if I had 2 screens, and sometimes I do, but if I'm like here up in my room, like I can just write a script, because I just pull up the video here, I have a script here, I have a translation that I like click back and forth to, and do this. No. Yes.
Did you call Todd back from earlier today?
I did. What was that? That was ridiculous. I'm gonna close with that. I'll play you this voicemail that I got.
I'm assuming you called me wrong.
Oh, really? I was like, what? You're such a nerd.
Basically, it was apparently he brought in his phone and started calling all these random people on his list.
Why? Why would you do that?
It's fun.
That was the theme of his panel?
Yes.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it's in the schedule. It's funny or not.
Todd and his phone?
we have extra time.
Okay, P.S. I'm here like talking about scripts and how to do this, that, and the other, and like he's talking about my phone.
That was a full hour, too.
Oh my God. It was a full hour of Todd and his phone?
It started with his calling his mom.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.
It was cute. It was funny.
I can't right
When
now.
he called you, he goes, she's not gonna pick up. She's gonna be pissed.
Well, I didn't even ring. That's the thing, is I was outside and I come back and it's like voicemail, have record. I'm like, that was weird.
Call it back.
Maybe you should call him back right now.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. Wait, it's not even speaking. Come back here.
Lady, this is Steve. I don't know if it's Steve yet. Leah Clark, I am in a panel in front of people that want to talk to you, and because you're not answering your phone, guess what? I'm going to show them a picture. What are you going to think of this picture? What about this picture? Nice. But what about what she was
Just laugh along with it.
Yes. I know. Who knew she felt that about leprechaun? Anyway.
What?
Call it back.
What a weirdo. Alright, we'll call back.
Are you sure we're not in a comedy right now?
Todd and his phone? That is ridiculous. I was talking to his uncle. Oh my god!
You've discovered the voicemail of Tom. A voicemail soliloquy or informative text message would be delightful. I look forward to experiencing your messaging journey.
been for like an hour talking about the ins and outs of writing for anime, time codes, punch, like all this, and I just got word that you have a panel called Todd and His Phone. What is this? Like, are we the same convention? Did you have the same guest relations person ask you what you wanted to provide for this convention that is doing so much for us? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna talk on the phone for an hour. Dude, screw you. So here we are. You're not answering your phone. I decided that I was gonna